you've kind of developed this confidence along the way, and you were very appreciative of what Chael did for you along the way. So what's that been like for you?
Oh, absolutely. I just think at the given time that it happened again. When Chael was here and coaching me, it wasn't just the physical aspect; it was the mental. And I said it before. I think in a situation like this, where you have 6 weeks, what can you learn in that 6 weeks? So it's the gruelingness of it and how to overcome that. And Chael was just that positive influence. He kept us motivated all the time, and he stayed on top of that. So
Even before the season was over, people were already buzzing about there was going to be one guy on there with highlight knockouts and so on. Now you're out of the house. How does it feel knowing that you're that guy that people are talking about?
It feels the same. I think I'm the same guy. The only difference is I'm on TV. Nothing really. I just started out this to, see how far I can take it. I didn't sign up for Hall of Fame or all that publicity. I really didn't.
How far do you think you can take it?
As far as God let me. As long as I'm breathing, I'll be doing this.
Seems like Dana White is a pretty big fan of yours. Have you gotten that sense at all? Do you feel like you're kind of one of his favorites?
Judging from everything people saying and the little small comments like, "Oh man, Dana," he's a great guy, man. I hang out with him. He's a really cool guy. I think he's very passionate for what he does and how he goes into the sport and stuff like that. But I'm a big fan of Dana too. So hey.
As highly touted as you have been with the entire series, do you feel an exorbitant amount of pressure to really put on a performance come fight night?
Absolutely, but I don't feed into that. I think that a lot of people looking at me as the guy to beat, or, oh man, can this guy go up against this guy, or whatever. I don't feed into that because, again, I go in the ring by myself. I don't think I have anything to prove to anybody. I did this alone, so I have no one's expectation to live up to but myself.
Right, well, what went through your head when Chael Sonnen said that you're ready for all contenders and you pointed to Anderson Silva's picture?
I know that was coming. I was shocked, man. I was like, what? Give me time. Let me build up. But sometimes, I guess as a coach, they will see things in you that you don't see. And, since he's my coach in that time, he saw that potential. And maybe down the line, maybe one day it'll happen, but it's not something I'm pushing. I feel personally this guy's a walking legend, and if I ever get the opportunity one day, that would be great. But I'm not looking towards that. I'd rather earn my way up there, like the rest of the guys.
Also, Weidman said that publicly that you were coming to train with him, but I've heard you say that that's a rematch that you want. Can you clarify what the situation is with that?
Yeah, it's still kind of new to me. I mean, it was something that my coach kind of suggested too, and I'm like, I don't know. As young as I am, my ego's not allowing it. But I think, as a fighter, to improve, you need that, But in the back of my head, I'm like, I have to fight this guy, and I don't want it to be like a Jones and Rashad incident. So, as much as good it is to get off that and learn and get better, the other side is saying, not yet.
How much has wrestling been a factor in your training, knowing that you're going up against a guy like Kelvin that has a very strong wrestling base?
I'm not really worried about it because, for me as a fighter, as a striker, it was always been a fear. Oh man, what if I get taken down? But I think if you don't train your mind and to accept the fact you're going to be taken down, now what can you do? And I fall out of that element. Before it was like, if I get taken down, what am I going to do? Now it's like, you get taken me down, I'm going to fight you still. So I'm not really worried about it as wrestling. I know I'm not a great wrestler, but I know I can punch from any position.
As you've been doing all these interviews this week, have you kind of felt the need to tell everybody like what you just mentioned, I am still growing, so let's tap the brakes a little bit? Because there are people saying, I want to see Uriah in a title shot very soon, I want to see him fight a top 10 guy. When you hear those things, do you want to remind people, like, man, I'm just coming off of The Ultimate Fighter, everybody relax a little bit? I mean, has that been something that you've been doing this week in interviews?
Absolutely. I mean, you said it perfect, relax. It's not something, again, I'm focused on. I feel as a martial artist, I'm still growing. I'm still getting better. This is a chapter in my life, and I think I needed it. It was placed there, and I took it. And there's still some things I have to work on, and I'm my own worst critic. So I'm constantly getting better. I'm constantly improving, and I like that. I don't want to push anything because, again, I don't want to live to anybody's expectation. I have my own.